They want to weaponize denaturalization. Republicans are calling for Zohran Mamdani to be denaturalized and deported back to Uganda. This is not just political posturing. It is clear to me that they want to weaponize denaturalization. DOJ released a memo June 11th prioritizing denaturalization. This is one of the top 5 priorities the DOJ listed in this memo, along with ending sanctuary cities and ending anti-Semitism. Denaturalizing means to strip someone of their citizenship, in this case their U.S. citizenship. Zohran was born in Uganda and he became a naturalized U.S. citizen. I was born in China and I became a naturalized U.S. citizen. The categories which they will use to denaturalize are extremely broad, extremely vague, and up for interpretation of the DOJ, which might not be so scary if the DOJ wasn't clearly a partisan, political, weaponized department. And these DOJ proceedings are civil proceedings, which means you're not even entitled to a lawyer. And civil proceedings move much faster than criminal proceedings. Look at some of these categories. Engaged in PPP fraud. Like, how many fucking Republicans engaged in PPP fraud? The most concerning in here are cases about terrorism. And then it just says cases referred by the Attorney General or in connection with pending criminal charges, not convictions. Pending criminal charges. Remember, they can charge you with anything they want. That doesn't mean you're guilty. Just like they sent people to El Salvador on the accusation that they are gang members. They could charge me as being a communist spy or a terrorist because I speak out against genocide. And based on that, they could denaturalize me in a civil procedure. And then I would be stateless. You know what that means? No passport, no legal documents or ID of any kind. If I were in the US and they denaturalized me, next step, ICE would pick me up because now I'm an undocumented immigrant. I'm stateless. I'm not a US citizen anymore. I don't have any valid legal status to stay in the US. And then because I'm not a citizen of any state, they would send me to one of these third countries. So I would go to El Salvador or Libya or Sudan. When I get there, I wouldn't be free because I'm not a citizen of that country. I have no legal right to be in any of those third countries either. So I would be sent to one of these hellhole prisons, just like what happened to the people in El Salvador. The Tom Hanks movie, The Terminal, touched on this topic. It's the true story of an Iranian man that lived for 18 years at an airport because he was stateless. He was stuck. He didn't have documents. He couldn't go to any country. So he was stuck at that airport for 18 years. That is the threat faced now by 25 million naturalized US citizens. And then I don't know how many more million people would be affected by birthright citizenship. Most of you watching don't have to worry about this because you are not a naturalized US citizen. I ask you to please help me spread this message. This is legitimately what I am having to plan for right now, is what do I do when one day I wake up and they have denaturalized me and now my passport and all of my documents are invalid?